Hey guys, this is how the multiverse manifests itself here within this universe locally. Hey, you know what? We live in the reality, not the universe. What do I mean by that? Well, yesterday I tweeted this on Twitter. So the Twitter post says that, hear this out. There is no law of physics that prevents what is supposed to be beyond the universe to show up within the universe. For example, a system of a mango can be treated as another universe. Nothing stops multiverse to show up locally within the universe. Depends on how you count. Well, when it comes to species of us, of humanity, we have always been pushing our boundaries to what we think was the reality. For example, as I always give this example, like when you found the boundary of the universe, the next question you ask is that what's beyond that boundary, just like if you want the infinity to exist. So we always keep pushing the boundaries of the universe, asking what's beyond that, what's beyond that. So definitely, we give we treat the universe and reality as a different thing. Otherwise, we wouldn't have asked what's beyond the universe itself. For your convenience, if you want it, I can just state that there exists something called multiverse outside the universe. Now let's say just multiverse exists because me myself also believe in that theory. But let's say, okay, the multiverse exists. So what happens when I say that you don't live in the universe, you live in reality? Well, if you talk about the multiverse, this is the general picture which everybody thinks of, like the multiverse. But you know what? The multiverse can look as simple as this. Just like normal world. So what's going on? Well, when we say multiverse, people think, okay, there are like a lot of universes out there, like us, with different laws of physics, which is quite true. But like the universe is a system, this apple right here, for example, is also a system. So multiverse is nothing but like a domain where the system arises from, that multiverse thing, basically. Now it has non-symmetric ending creation aspects and all, but I'm not going in that detail into that, so I just call it that multiverse thing. Well, as it creates the infinite system called the universe, it also creates the finite system, for example, an apple. But so can we actually treat this apple as the entire separate universe? Well, that's the property of the multiverse. It creates not just the infinite system, not just only it creates the infinite systems, but it also creates the finite systems like an apple. So this apple right here is created in this universe. So can I treat this apple with the perspective that we live in reality and not the universe? So with the hyperspace perspective, with the multiverse perspective, can I treat this apple as the entire separate universe living within the universe itself? Well, definitely yes. Just like, for example, I have this room around me where I'm recording this video, but this room right here is on the earth. I'm on earth. So just like the earth and this room is not a separate thing, nothing in this universe is separate from a higher reality called the multiverse. So everything must be considered as a part of multiverse, not just the universe. So just like this room is the part of a solar system, basically. So there's actually, maybe in the multiverse, you have like different combinations of how different universe you can have there where the laws of physics are totally different from this universe and all that stuff. But there's no physical boundary out there. There's no law of physics out there which prevents treating the normal day objects separate from the multiverse. in the sense that you can also treat this system, finite system, as the entire separate universe in the living in the universe itself. So the finite system, even being present in the multiverse, belongs to multiverse. It's a part of multiverse, not a part of universe. So it be this system called an apple, or be this system called a human. So every system, provided we have multiverse as a reality, can be treated as the entire separate universe. So this is how the reality, we start to look at the reality when we actually see the multiverse, which is beyond the universe, as the reality. Now what's beyond the multiverse itself? Multiverse? What's beyond the multiverse? Multiverse, and so on. Now that's part of a different thing which I have covered in my book on Sankhya Gyan. But the point is that even there is the universe around me which I'm looking at, and the entire hardware of our body is based on the laws of physics. But still, we live in reality, not this universe. The reality is far beyond the universe. Just like, even if I just consider this room, for example, I can't consider it separate from the solar system. Similarly, every aspect of anything, even if our hardware of this body or this apple is built entirely based on the laws of physics of this universe, but still it is indifferent from the multiverse. So multiverse, in case if we treat it as the true ultimate reality, then we have to treat this thing as the entire separate universe living within the universe. And we have to not just this, but we have to respect every system out there. Based on that, we have to, if we are treating the multiverse as the true reality, or any kind of supreme reality, which we may talk about in videos ahead, that gives us an aspect, a perspective, that we just don't live in the universe, and that we live in reality. So in today's video, you guys learned how the realities beyond the universe can manifest themselves within the universe locally. So maybe that the multiverse or the realities even beyond the multiverse. So that's what you learned in today's video. I hope you liked the video, and make sure you share, like, and subscribe. That's it.